Who Are the Masters by Claude Bragdon. Published 1910. The grade occupied by the Masters is the fifth in the Great Brotherhood, the members of which have outpaced normal evolution. The four lower grades consist of initiated disciples, who live and labor, for the most part, unknown in the everyday world, carrying on the work assigned to them by their superiors. At certain times in human history, in serious crises, in the transitions from one type of civilization to another, members of the occult hierarchy, masters and even loftier beings, come out into the world. Normally, although incarnate, they remain in retired and secluded spots, away from the tumult of human life, in order to carry on the helpful work which would be impossible of accomplishment in the crowded haunts of men. Jesus, during the first 30 years of his life, before his baptism, when the Spirit of God descended upon him and thenceforth abode in him, raising the human body to be the temple of the incarnate Christ, was the purest and holiest of disciples, and hereafter, as man, achieved masterhood, and became the Lord and Master of the Church founded by the Christ. It is significant that in the Church belief, the reality of the continuing human body is laid stress upon, wherewith he ascended into heaven through all the troubled ages of Christianity. The Master Jesus has been the guardian and shepherd of his Church, guiding, inspiring, disciplining, purifying, century after century, and now pouring forth the stream of mystic Christianity which is watering the garden of Christendom and causing fair blossoms to flower forth once more. Clothed in a body he has taken from Syria, he is waiting the time for his reappearance in the open life of men. Hilario, once Lamblishus of the Neoplatonic schools, who gave through Mabel Collins light on the path, and through H.P. Blavatsky the voice of the silence, skilled craftsman in poetic English prose and in melodious utterance, is laboring also for the coming time, and will play his part in the drama of the new age. Those who are named M and KH in the occult world by Mr. Syatt, were the two masters who founded the Theosophical Society, using Colonel H.S. Olcott and H.P. Blavatsky, both disciples of M, to lay its foundations, and who gave to Mr. Syatt the materials from which he wrote his famous books, the one named above and Esoteric Buddhism, which brought the light of Theosophy to thousands in the West. H.P. Blavatsky has told how she met the Master M on the bank of the Serpentine, when he visited London in 1851. The last survivor of the royal house of Rákóczi, known as the Comte de Saint-Germain in the history of the 18th century, as Bacon in the 17th, as Robertus the monk in the 16th, as Huya de Jerus in the 15th, as Christian Rosakreutz in the 14th, to take a few of his incarnations, was disciple through these laborious lives and now has achieved masterhood, the Hungarian adept of the occult world, and known to some of us in that Hungarian body. And there is the Venetian, and the Serapis who taught Colonel Olcott for a while, and the old gentleman of Tyrovala, that H.P. Blavatsky named thus quaintly, visited in his Ilgari retreat by Subarao and C.W. Leadbeater, the retreat some 80 miles from Adyar, where he lives secluded, watching the world as it changes, and plunging deeply into the abstruser sciences of which chemistry and astronomy are the outer shells. These are some of the masters, more or less publicly known, and to be known more publicly ere the present century is numbered with the past.